evening and welcome to the summit. I'm Martina Abera, and tonight we're going to be diving into a sector that quietly safeguards our lives, our businesses and our future, which is the insurance industry. Now, in a world full of uncertainties, insurance stands as a lifeline, a promise of security, stability as well as confidence. Now, over the past few weeks, the National Bank of Rwanda, in partnership with the insurance industry, has been driving the insurance awareness campaign under the theme "Insure Your Future, Live Confidently." So tonight we're going to be doing just that as we continue that conversation right here on the summit. We're going to be unpacking the progress that has been made, the different types of insurance that there is, the key challenges in the sector, and those that are faced by the people in it, as well as, of course, where the future is headed in this industry. Now, joining me for this important discussion, I will start with Mr. Andrew Kulaidye, who is the CEO of Britam Insurance and a representative of ASSAR. You're welcome.
Thank you.
We also have with me on the panel Mrs. Mendes Miribidi, the representative representing the Rwanda Insurance Brokers Association, also known as RIBA. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and last but not least, we have Mr. Edward Semucho, a representative of the National Bank of Rwanda. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Yes, so together we're going to be able to explore how insurance is shaping confidence in Rwanda's growing economy and why securing your future today really matters. So let's start with you, Mr. Edward Semucho. He's representing the National Bank of Rwanda and one that is spearheading this insurance awareness campaign. So to start things off, could you walk us through how the National Bank of Rwanda is involved in the insurance sector and its role in guiding its growth?
Thank you, Martina. Good question indeed. The National Bank of Rwanda has the legal mandate to supervise and regulate the insurance sector, as it is entrusted in the law number 47 of 2017, which regulates the National Bank of Rwanda, and it is among the main key functions is the price stability and the financial stability. And when we talk about the financial stability, we are talking about the stability of financial sector, and the insurance is among the sectors that are in that specific sectors that the National Bank of Rwanda supervises and regulates. Also, the mandate flows from the insurance law, that is the law number 030 of 2021, which regulates the insurance business in Rwanda, which gives the mandate of the National Bank of Rwanda to supervise, license, and regulate the sector. This encompasses the insurance companies as well as insurance intermediaries. You may take the National Bank of Rwanda as the referee in the game of insurance, where the insurance is about a promise, and you pay the premium as a policyholder, and the insurance company is there to guarantee you a payment once an accident or a disaster hits. So we ensure that the promise is kept. Thank you.
Yes, and one may ask, why now? Why birth this insurance awareness campaign?
Yeah, one of the major challenges that we've seen in Rwanda was about the awareness or financial literacy, which was a challenge in Rwanda. So one of the major initiatives that the National Bank of Rwanda has taken, of course with our stakeholders, that is the Insurance Association and the Insurance Brokers Association, we work together to ensure that we educate Rwandans about their rights and obligations when it comes to insurance. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And we can head over to you, Mr. Andrew. For many viewers watching tonight, let's go back to the basics. What exactly is insurance, and what are its main benefits for both individuals as well as businesses who would like to purchase it?
Yes, thank you very much, Martina. I think insurance is one of the few topics that have not been fully discussed or fully appreciated across the population. Insurance is basically the contract between the insurer and the insured. The insurer in this case is the insurance company. The insured is an individual or an institution or an entity to cover any risk. It can be loan protection, it can be an accident, you cover against accidents, you can cover against fire, you can cover against unpredictable weather, you can cover against production in agriculture. So quite a number of risks depending on how you define it. But the most important thing is making sure that you have a peace of mind whenever you go to an insurance company, for you to know that at least you have paid the premium and you're covered on the areas that you think you should be covered. Yeah.
And over the years, do you think that people have gained a better understanding of the importance of having insurance? Because sometimes people might just want to freelance in terms of thinking that, oh, they'll make sure they can take all the precautions that they can as an individual or as a business entity. So do you think the importance of having insurance has really grown over the years?
I don't think it is where we need it to be, but it is much better than it was yesteryears, quite a number of years back. And there's an important role all of us need to play, all the players in the value chain in the insurance industry. We have the brokers, we have the insurers, we have the policymakers, and different stakeholders. For each and every citizen to appreciate the importance of insurance in their lives. I'll give you an example. You go plant and you're relying on April, March rainfall. And for some reason, obvious reasons, and that the rain doesn't come. If it doesn't come, then chances are high that you won't get the production that you're looking at. So it is very important that each and every farmer in this country appreciates the importance of insurance for them to be able to protect themselves in the event, in the unlikely event that the rains that they're expecting don't come through. Or an accident. You're driving from work or going home, you get an accident. I don't think you'll have that kind of money for you to be able to replace the kind of transport you're using. So you need that insurer that is going to give you the comfort you need. In case of an accident, you park your car, call your insurer, and it's fixed.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Let's head on over to you, Mrs. Mendes. Now, we did speak of the different stakeholders that make up the insurance sector. Many people still wonder what exactly brokers and agents do. Could you be able to shed some light on their unique role in this insurance ecosystem?
So thank you very much for that question. So basically, people want to think of brokers as a middleman, and I wouldn't want to be called a middleman. So think of the brokers as your strategic advisor. Think of the broker as your insurance department, the go-to when you need insurance. So what we are basically the bridge between the policyholder, which is the public or the client, and the insurance company. Fully regulated and licensed by the National Bank of Rwanda. We are actually professionals, and we are there to hold you throughout the life cycle of your insurance policy. From the time of placement, we're there to understand your risk, to advise on the risk that you have and which policies would be appropriate for you. So we are looking at what do you need. So our first point as a broker is to really understand who you are as a person, what are your needs, what are the gaps, what are the risks that you can take as an individual, and then advise which risk you can transfer to the insurer. So we are getting to understand your needs. We're not just pushing policies to you. We are there to understand what you actually need. From that point, we also then go to the market and look for different insurers. Because as a broker, we're working with multiple insurers. So we are playing now the transparency like an aggregator of sorts. So you can shop for various clothes from different markets, just like what you do on on Amazon. So we are there to link you with the different insurers, provide you with the different options, and then guide you on who's offering the best coverage. And we don't leave it at the point of sale. We go a step further. Because remember, insurance is an intangible product. So you only see the value of insurance when a claim happens. So we don't leave you when a claim happens. We are there to guide you throughout the claim process. What documents we are walking through, and we ensure that you have received what you're supposed to receive from your insurance policy. So we are not going to give you what you don't deserve. So we are guiding you what the policy covers. So we're demystifying those gray lines that people say insurers are not trustworthy. So we are there to actually tell you what the insurance covers, what it does not cover, and we hold your hand throughout the journey.
You did speak of the misconception of people terming you as the middleman. Is that what normally happens?
Well, what happens is people think that a broker comes at an extra cost to you, and that is not necessarily true. And that is something that we need to debunk. It's one of the myths of insurance. Now, as a broker, when insurers are pricing, and part of their pricing, they include distribution costs. And in those distribution costs, it includes even online services. You're going to host it somewhere, you're going to pay. We are not paid by the clients. We are paid by the insurers. But what I need to let people know is that even though we are paid by the insurer, the broker acts on behalf of you, the client, not the insurer. So the distribution cost is already within the pricing. So even when you look at the motor rates, the minimum rates, they've already catered for the distribution cost. So distribution costs can even come from a service station. From SP, you can get your insurance. It's catered for. Just like how you would get your tomatoes from the market. You consider the cost of of bringing it to market. So we are part of the distribution cost already catered for. But what I need to say is we are adding value along the value chain. It's not like you're just coming and we're a post office, we're just giving you a quotation. In the process, we're giving you advice. Just like your lawyer would do for you, is what we are doing. So we are educating. That is our role. Educate, take you through the policy, and you know exactly what you have. And to add to that, as brokers, we are required by the regulator to get a professional indemnity policy that if we do not provide the correct advice, and I tell you that, no, your motor policy, you're fully covered. You're covered for everything. And then you have a claim. If something happens, you can come back and sue because I did not advise you correctly. So think of us as that strategic advisor.
I'm glad you've made that clear. I think it's very important for people to know the exact use of having a broker and the different ways in which it can benefit you. So thank you for that. Back to you, Mr. Edward. Building public trust is very crucial, like we have continued to mention. What steps is BNR taking to strengthen confidence in insurance among Rwandans?
Thank you, Martina. In fact, now the National Bank of Rwanda has dual mandate. We ensure that there is stability in the sector, that it's to ensure that the insurance companies have sufficient capital, sufficient liquidity so that they can honor their obligation as they fall due. But also we do have the market conduct mandate where we are in charge of ensuring that consumer protection is also catered for. For that, there is a law that has been put in place to protect consumers in the financial sector. and different regulations were put in place and they are being enforced. These look for the customer centricity. That is what we are focusing on, but also to ensure that complaints are well handled when they are reported to the central bank or they are reported to the insurance companies. For that, we have also put in place a hotline where consumers can call at any time to ensure that their complaints are well handled. For example, if your claims has been put with the insurance company, but they delayed to compensate whatever is due to you. So also we put in place what we call a Inhuma chatbot. That is where you can go on any website, the BNR website or the insurance company's website, and you can log your claim there or your complaint. And we ensure we receive the complaint, and the insurance company also receives the complaint at the same time. At that time, we start following up to ensure that it is settled as it should be. So for that, we have also worked on a strategy that is going to drive the sector development in the coming years. And there we have said, I was looking at the numbers, what key performance indicators that we have put in place, especially with regard to the claims settlement ratio, where we are now at 885, but we are targeting to reach 95% in 2035. Also on the claims, the days that the claims takes to be settled, we are now at around 10% on average, 10 days, but we are targeting that it should not take more than 5 days. Those are the examples of what we are trying to achieve and what we have done so far to ensure at least confidence and trust is increased among the population. Thank you.
Yes, and how could you be able to describe the growth and confidence of some of the citizens of Rwanda who are trying to understand more about the importance?
Yeah, there are different metrics that can be used. We can say that we have the insurance penetration rate. It is still low, but considering the last 10 years, it has almost doubled, and we are targeting to double it in the coming 10 years. But also, if you look at the Finscope report of 2024, the insurance coverage, or if we take the population of Rwanda, which are having at least one insurance policy, it increased from 17% to 27%. That is an increase that is significant for 5 years, and we consider it that the confidence is increasing. But also, if you look at how the population was thinking about insurance, where they were thinking when you enter into an insurance contract, be ready for a battle, or you are you are going to end in a tribunal or in a court. But now they are aware that insurance companies are paying their obligations as they fall due. Maybe we are still working on ensuring that the claims settlement days are reduced, but at least the confidence about being paid is there.
Yes. That's good. Thank you. Back to you, Mr. Andrew. How can insurers make sure that they can be able to better serve the public in a proper manner and ensuring that products are more accessible, affordable, as well as tailored to the real-life needs?
Yes, thank you very much. And my colleagues have talked about the transparency detail with insurers. I think, for me, that is very key. In the things we do on a daily basis, we need to make sure that we're transparent and the information that gets out there is very clear, understood. Understood in the language that all people can understand. Don't give someone a document in English when they don't speak English.
Yes.
Don't give someone a document in Kinyarwanda when they don't speak Kinyarwanda. I think the communication is very key. And the team I lead at the ASAL, the CEOs in the insurance industry, we are all fully aligned on that. A few years back, probably some years back, there was a little bit of a disconnect on what we put out on the market and what the consumers or the end users of our products really understand about what we have. But we have seen a shift in the product development, innovation around the products that we put on the market. We have seen the introduction of technology, end-to-end systems that support in onboarding of customers, but also in claims management. Because if you onboard masses of customers and you don't have a platform where you can manage their claims, then you're going to have a disgruntled customer at one point because their claims are not handled very well. And then two is looking at things that have worked somewhere else, bring them here, tailor them for the market. We understand our customers. What is that can work for them that has worked somewhere else? Of course, working with all different stakeholders. She has told you about the support they give to the insurers. To be honest with you, when you have a broker that fully understands insurance and insurance principles, it becomes much easier for you as an insurer in case of any claim, because you won't have issues back and forth discussions with the customer. And the customer will be very comfortable because they are being represented. She mentioned that insurers are the ones that pay them. Yes, indeed. We have another player called the loss adjusters. Every accident that happens, in case of fire, loss adjusters go there to assess the kind of loss that has happened, so they advise the insurance companies on how much they should pay. We don't regulate them. They're regulated by the same regulator that regulates us. So having all those stakeholders within the value chain of insurance helps us fully come up with products that people understand, that are price sensitive, that address the needs of the people who want to serve. I've talked about agriculture earlier on. We have talked about we had a few challenges with motorcycles, and we have had engagements with different stakeholders on a few things that may be adjusted for us to be able to avail a product that talks to the motorcycle riders, but also more affordable, so that we do not have issues where people are failing to manage the premiums for that insurance. And looking at also bundled products where you can put health, look at accident, personal accident, look at permanent disability, temporary disability, put them together so that you sell that product to the people that need it. But also, you can also look at unbundling so that you do not have someone taking a product that they don't need.
Yes.
I may be having another insurance for medical somewhere else. So if you give me a bundled product that includes medical, chances are high that you're going to be charging me double. So one thing that we have, of course, with the support of different stakeholders, especially the regulator and Minister of Finance, they have been at the forefront of this campaign. He mentioned we're now at 2%, and in the new campaign, the next 5 years, we're looking at getting to 5% market penetration. The highest in Africa is in South Africa, I think 11%. The closest in the market is around 3%. In the region, 3%. So one position insurance industry in Rwanda as one of the best on the African continent in terms of the reach, the product innovation, the product profile, and who they're addressing to, so that the bigger population in Rwanda can get at least more covers to get the comfort they need for them to live their lives.
Thank you for that. Back to you, Mrs. Mendes. We did speak of, we're here talking about this insurance awareness campaign, but how are brokers helping increase insurance awareness and the uptake, especially among those who may not fully understand the importance like we're trying to discuss here?
Okay, thank you. That's a very good question indeed. And like I alluded to in the beginning on our role as brokers, the first thing is educating people. When people don't know what they are buying, they are suspicious. And we hear people saying, I just bought my motor sticker so that I can move on the road. But they do not know the benefit of why it has been made compulsory. So our role is to educate. And when you educate and when someone understands what they are taking, then they are able to even go further instead of taking the third party, they now take the comprehensive insurance, because they know that if I am not fully protected, when I lose my source of income, then if I had insurance, I would have somewhere to fall on and my business continues. So one, our role is educating, to allow people to know exactly what they are buying. Then, of course, we come in with the element of professionalism, because we know this thing that insurers are thieves. They take our money and then they run away. Yeah. So what we're trying to do is build trust. And when we hold your hand throughout the claim journey, people now are able to tell their neighbors that, no, I went to Britain, they paid my claim. And when people start hearing such stories, then insurance becomes a state of mind. Then we are walking through our own personal journeys of where insurance has taken, where we have come through insurance and how we have benefited. We are going also to schools. It's very important that you understand the importance of insurance, and we need to be very transparent in everything that we do. So when people see that you're being transparent, and this is where brokers tend to increase uptake, because if I give you a quotation from Britain, Mayfair, Sonarwa, and BK, you're able to see, okay, this one is offering this, and why am I taking this? Then you are able to move on and say they are transparent and they are professionals that are here to listen. Because our whole idea, we're the touch point of the people. We're the ones that go to the insurers and say, you are not covering this gap. Can you create this product that will answer the needs of the public?
Yes.
So that is the role that we're playing in trying to increase penetration. But also as an association, the Rwanda Insurance Brokers Association, we have come together and say every year we have a conference. And the whole idea of this conference, what can we do better? It's open to the public, and all stakeholders are invited, the regulator, the reinsurers, even partners from outside. We are learning what everyone has done, and in that way we are borrowing, just like Andrew has said, borrow what has worked outside and enable us to move forward. We are partnering with insurtechs, even as brokers, to make insurance more accessible. As brokers, we do not have offices countrywide, but what will make someone buy insurance? One, when you get stuck on Sunday and your sticker has expired, what do you do? So we are thinking collaboration. Let's collaborate with the insurtechs and let the penetration in Rwanda increase. And I think as an industry, which he might have talked about, that we're working on a national insurance strategy to see where we are going wrong as a market and what we can do together as a market. So even the public is involved, the loss adjusters are involved, the insurers, the reinsurers, the entire ecosystem is involved in trying to get a solution. And in all what we're doing, we're listening to the public. Yeah. So I want to remind people that the broker is your voice. So when you look at the ecosystem, it's the client, then the broker. So yes, I think that is my answer on what we're trying.
No, thank you very much for that. I think it's very important for people to know that. Yes, back to you, Mr. Edward. And now, inclusivity has been such a big part of Rwanda's financial agenda, making sure that anyone and everyone can be able to be seen and heard. Now, what initiatives are being promoted to be able to expand access to inclusive insurance, especially for low-income earners?
Thank you. Maybe what I can say about that question is that I can say about like 3 points, especially we as the regulator, we are part of the government, of course, and among the key roles is to put in place an enabling environment where regulations and laws help the market players to thrive. And one of the regulation that was put in place is about microinsurance. That is a regulation that informed the market on how to come up with products that are responsive to the needs of the low-income earners. The regulation is in place. Some market players are playing in that specific segment where they serve only the low-income earners. We do have an insurance company which is fully dedicated microinsurance company, and different insurance companies have put in place some policies with regard to that specific segment, and many products were developed to serve the low-income earners. Here we can say hospitality cash. Those are products that really serve the low-income earners. And another aspect I would like to talk about is about the National Agriculture Insurance Scheme that has been put in place by the government through Minagri, the Minister of Agriculture, and that in that scheme, the government subsidizes premium, insurance premium at 40%, and the farmers pay only 60%. And the products that are covered include crop. Under crop, we have around 10 types of products that are covered. And under livestock, we have cattle, we have piggery, we have poultry. We have like 4, but it is continue to expand. There are different proposals that we are working on to ensure at least we cover as many as possible crops and livestock that we have in our country. But also we can see awareness campaign that we are doing as this one, where we are saying that ensure the live confidently, and those are part of what we are trying to do to increase the awareness of insurance among our population, and to ensure that at least they understand their risks, the risk they have, and they insure or take risk mitigations accordingly. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Back to you, Mr. Andrew. We did speak of the importance of innovation, especially in the insurance sector, and we have seen the growth of innovation globally. Now, if you could touch on that a little bit more, what exciting new products or even technologies that insurance companies are embracing here in Rwanda, especially to increase the number of people becoming more aware of it, but also understanding that innovation is key to growth and we need to tap into that.
Yeah, as I mentioned, Martina, innovation is going to be the game changer. And innovation comes in different packages. You can innovate on tech, you can innovate on the product profile, but who you're targeting to be the end user of that product, to be the end consumer of that product, is very key. And where we sit, and as the strategy that is referring to what we've been discussing, is how do we make sure that in each and every corner of this country, Rwandans are served. 1, 2, 3, 4 different covers. We have, if I start with Britam, we have a travel portal that whoever is traveling can easily get a cover for themselves, and then they can claim on the same portal. We have marine portal. Whoever is importing or exporting can get all the services from there. We have had quite a number of discussions around parametric agriculture insurance. Parametric agriculture insurance is where you're looking at each and every Rwandan who is a farmer to be on that platform in case of any weather changes in a specific area, the claim process triggers itself. It has not been fully launched, but it is one of the products that should be on the market very, very soon. And almost like 5 insurance companies are already aligned to that program. He has talked about that national insurance program, where the subsidy comes from government of 40%. We have had in life insurance. Life insurance maybe something I didn't talk about. When you go back home, you can look at your own ecosystem, your friends and relatives, and try and find out how many of them have a life cover.
Okay.
So one of the challenges that probably most people don't know about it, and that's where the education she was talking about comes in, or because of culture issues, people don't want to even think about death. If you tell someone to insure themselves against death, they think you are a night dancer. So I think the culture change, the products that can, the innovative products that can change the mindset of our people, because we all don't know what exactly is going to happen tomorrow. We all have children, we have people we take care of. So the products around life insurance on education, you pay small amounts of money. Your kids, you plan for your kids' education. In the unlikely event that you pass on, at that point, it doesn't have to wait for years. If you had insured for secondary or university, you don't have to wait for that time. They start paying for your kids at that specific time. And we have a number of those insurance companies, 3 of them. We have Sanlam, we have Prime, we have Sonara that have all those products. Now, we have Radiant. Radiant has been at the forefront of micro insurance, inclusive insurance, for the last, I think, 5 years. Yes. They've been at the forefront of it. It's a fully fledged company, and they've gone to each and every corner of this country to get on board most of those customers. So when you look at what they're missing in terms of the new products, the partnerships they've had with telcos, the partnerships they've had with the telcos and the banks, and all the big data institutions, one of my appeal probably is to encourage anyone who has big data to do partnerships with insurance companies so that we can have each and every member, every citizen in this country have a policy or 2 or 3. Because it's through that process, through those platforms, that we're able to reach out to the masses. The challenge usually comes in where people start wondering who's going to own the customer. But partnerships are very key for us to be able to achieve our agenda of more than doubling our market penetration in this country. Yeah.
Thank you for that understanding. Back to you, Mrs. Mendes. We did speak of misconceptions earlier on in the conversation, and how that can hinder some people from understanding or even tapping into the full potential of being insured and whatnot. But could you also speak of some of the challenges that you encounter, especially as you are trying to engage potential clients?
Thank you for that. Again, I go back to the misconceptions. And it's a good thing that you have brought up the topic of inclusive insurance. Because one of the things that comes up is always insurance is for the rich. And yet the people that need insurance most are those that are the most underserved, the people that we deem to be the low income. So it is important to understand that the people that need insurance most are the most vulnerable. Because if my cow is attacked by a disease and dies, it means my family has no milk, I have no source of income. But if it's for a rich person, my cow dies, I've got other cows, and I can buy a cow from another farmer. So the most vulnerable people are the ones that need insurance. Unfortunately, we tend as an industry to all run for the same big corporate clients. So now our role now is, like he said, there's Radiant Yachu that is there. So our role now as a broker is to link the clients with Radiant Yachu, or those that are providing the low income, the low premium policies, which are actually covering the benefits. The other misconception, of course, and which emanates from trust and previous issues that were resulting in low insurance penetration, which is the most crucial. Insurance is based on the principle of utmost good faith. You go and buy insurance not knowing what you will get.
Yes.
And once a person thinks insurance are thieves, and once you do not pay someone's claim, he will go and tell all his neighbors that insurance
they've been scammed.
does not work. They are scammers. So now
thieves is a big word.
so now we are demystifying that and saying insurance are not thieves. We are here as brokers to guide you, for you to understand what your policy covers. Don't necessarily go for the cheapest cover, because if you go to an insurer and say, I want the cheapest cover, they will give you just a fire policy, yet you wanted a policy that covers you floods and whatever. So that is our role, to demystify. Insurance are not thieves, they are not scammers.
Yeah.
We just need to understand your policy. So those are the main misconceptions that come with it.
I'd like to add on something, and I think she has touched a very important topic, that segment. If you're a client and you have a broker who you have given a mandate, and you get insurance from Britain, for example, and then at the time of an accident, you find that in that contract you signed with the help of the broker, there were gaps. I think that's one area that we need to address. You would have been misled by the broker, and also the insurer will not have advised you on what is the right cover you should have. So I think as we try to grow this market, we need to make sure we all work together as stakeholders, regulators, brokers, insurers, agents, adjusters, so that we're able to ensure that the information that we put out to the customer, the contracts they sign, are very transparent, they understand, and they get the cover that they need. But in all industries, there are bad players and good players. We need to focus on making sure we don't have bad players and having good players playing on the same lane.
Yes. Thank you very much for that.
Maybe to add on, that is what the new law on protecting financial consumers is all about. In fact, it is to increase transparency in the disclosure. Insurers shall ensure that there are no hidden costs, there are no small letters in the policies, where the client is able to understand the policy is taking, and to ensure at least he can compare with what other insurers are offering. For that also, the National Bank of Rwanda is working with the other stakeholders on what we call a web comparator. At least you can, while being at home, you can go to your the website, and you can have the prices of all products across the industry. At least you can compare. Even before you go to the insurance broker, at least you have
an idea
of the products that are available on the market, but also the premium that they are charging.
Yes, I think that's important, especially as we are having this awareness campaign for people to understand that that is available to them so that they don't go into it blindsided, even though that's not the purpose, but for them to have a bit of understanding. Yes, so as we are heading over to a close, looking ahead, how does BNR envision the future of Rwanda's insurance industry, particularly as digital transformation takes center stage?
Thank you very much. In fact, that is one of the main pillars of the national insurance strategy. As Mendes has said, also Andrew has tackled on it. We have developed a national insurance strategy, and one of the main pillars is about the digitization of the sector. So, in fact, for the National Bank of Rwanda, digitization is not only about putting platforms and whatever, but it is about affordability and accessibility. And that is what we really want. If we are targeting to double the insurance penetration in Rwanda, and to ensure that also the uptake is increased, we have to ensure that at least the products that are being sold are responsive to the customer's needs, but also they are accessible to anyone everywhere in the country, but also they are affordable. So digitization will play a key role on that, because when we talk about the distribution cost, they will be reduced a lot. Even the brokers will benefit from using different platforms, also using digital tools. But also on that, we have a regulatory sandbox at the National Bank of Rwanda. That is where Intechs or these new young people or other people who have new ideas, new services that they want to propose to the market, they can come to the National Bank of Rwanda and they can test it in a controlled environment. That is what we call regulatory sandbox. That is to ensure that digitization, insurtech are promoted. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Heading over to you, Mr. Andrew. How is ASAWA collaborating with other regulators and other players to strengthen the industry's growth and professionalism, but also in another part, as technology continues to evolve, how are we going to see the usage of digital tools to be able to transform the customer's experience, especially within the insurance sector?
Yeah, thank you very much, Martina. And I think I keep discussing with most of my colleagues in the region that I think we have the best regulator. Because the sandbox he's talked about, it has given us an opportunity to try so many things to see what works out and what we can deploy in the market. And we keep on committing that that is going to be our launchpad for us to be able to have products that can be specific to the needs that the market has. So when you look at the support we get from Minister of Finance, BNR as a regulator, but also from other stakeholders, we shouldn't have any reason why in the next 5 years we don't achieve 5% market penetration. And I can confidently on television say that that is going to be our benchmark. It's going to be our focus going forward. How do we get there? We must get there. No, we can't do things as usual. We have to do things different. We can't have the same products that we have had for the last 50 years.
Sure.
We must look at different products. We must look at different channels of distribution, as you mentioned. And these distributions, we have very sharp young guys that are coming up with different platforms. All we need to do is for us to be able to fully support them, identify the platforms we can use, and then get the partners on board. We have banks, we have SACCOs, we have different associations, we have NGOs. All those are partners because they have a big data that we all need for us to be able to have products that we need to have on the market.
Yes.
So as players on the market, some of us have already gone deep into that. And we encourage each and everyone playing on the insurance market for us to be able to have products that really bring out what the customers need in Rwanda.
Thank you for that. And lastly, Mrs. Mendes, how is RIBA working with other stakeholders? Same question, more or less, to strengthen professionalism as well as build public confidence in brokers' services.
Okay. Thank you once again. I wouldn't want to necessarily repeat what has been said by Edward and Andrew, but one thing that we see is key is collaboration. You can never go it alone. Even in life, you can never succeed without partnerships. We just ended a recent RIBA conference, and our theme was innovate, integrate, ensure. In integrating, we're talking about collaboration, working with different stakeholders, which he has already talked about that we cannot. But one thing I want to touch on, for us to have trust, the people selling the product need to know the products, and that comes from building capacity within the market. So people that we're collaborating with include the College of Insurance Kenya, the Insurance Training College in Uganda. We've seen them already training companies and coming here, and in that we are building capacity and increasing professionalism. And with that, we are building trust. So once we know, we are selling what we actually know. So I will end with building capacity and professionalism.
Yes, thank you very much for that. And as we end, lastly, how could you be able to describe in a few words this campaign, as it is being spearheaded by BNR, but for something, lastly, in terms of what people should know, specifically as the viewers are watching?
Thank you for that good question. In fact, this campaign was done, as I have previously said. We have seen that there is a lack of awareness about insurance, and we can say that we have achieved a lot because we have done different activities, including road shows. We have gone around the country in all the 40 provinces where we have met different continuing education, the representative of women associations, and we have also met some cooperatives, and the purpose was to ensure that we reach those people who can continue educating their neighbors, even if we are not around. But also we have been on social media, radio, TVs, as we are doing it right now, and that is to ensure that everybody understands what is insurance, what is being done to ensure that insurance is more inclusive, is more accessible and sustainable, and can help us to transform our economy. Because whatever we are doing, even including the national insurance strategy, is aligned with the national strategy of transformation, NST2, and also the Vision 2050.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Unfortunately, our time is up for tonight, but we have learned so much about insurance today. We have learned that it's not only about policies or premiums, but it's about planning as well as an insurance for your future. Now, as Rwandans continue to build a resilient financial ecosystem, it's very clear that insurance remains a vital pillar, especially in terms of empowering citizens to live and invest confidently. So a special thank you to my guests. Mr. Andrew, thank you for being here.
You're welcome. Thank you for having us.
Thank you very much. Mrs. Mendes, thank you for being here as well.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and lastly, Mr. Edward, thank you for being here.
Thank you for that.
Yes, thank you. And for those of you who continue to follow us, thank you for being part of the conversation, and we look forward to having you on next time's episode. Have a good night.